Jeff from Two Hacks Garage. Well, in the last video, what you saw me do is introduce this 351 cubic inch Windsor Ford engine that's going in a 1968 Ford Torino that my friend Eddie painted. Super nice car. Down the road, we're actually going to go check it out, see it, show you what that's all about. But this video series is pretty simple. Eddie did a bang-up job on painting that car and doing the interior. The engine ran fine, needed some new gaskets, which was already taken care of on the bottom end, but it was just grungy and nasty. So in the last video, what I did was a partial teardown, did some inspections, made a list of parts, and got a whole bunch of stuff ordered up. What we're going to do on this is basically simple. We're going to clean it, replace what's needed, keep the vintage parts that are cool, and make it look just as good, hopefully, as the rest of the car and the interior. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're just going to clean it. We're going to get ready for primed, and so it can be painted and all that. I've already got a head start on some things on this, but it still has a whole lot more to go on it. How am I going to do this? Well, if you look here, I got a myriad of cleaning products. Foaming degreaser by Zepp. I do have Super Clean. They take care of a lot of our cleaning needs on this. This is their foaming setup. Scratch pads, brushes, just a myriad of different cleaning stuff to get this thing all cleaned up. I've already taken care of some of the gasket surfaces and all that. Now, mind you, with this, if you watch some other engine build series we have, we talk about chasing threads. Well, we're going to do that too. I got some taps here, and basically what that is get all the grease and grime out, especially on areas that you're going to torque down to get a proper torque reading and seal those gaskets. This isn't a hard process. It's messy, but it's one of those things that's got to be done. And most importantly, guys, though, you got to do it right. So some of the cleaning methods used on this, obviously degreasing, scrubbing, vacuuming, scraping, vacuuming up all that. You can see here I got towels and all that covering stuff up. And in the ports, all the ports and all that are blind holes that are either plugged with thick blue paper towels or a bolt. Don't want to get any fluids inside the block or in a water jacket. So you always want to make sure that you do have that plugged and blocked off. We do go through and we vacuum and all that. Like I said, we chase all the threads. Another tool that's useful for this, I showed it in an engine painting video. After we clean it, we're going to torch it on the outside of the block, away from gaskets, all that type of stuff. That's going to burn off any remaining residues. We'll wipe it down with some acetone or lacquer thinner, and we'll get it ready for primed. Tell you what, guys, it's going to be a messy job. Stick with us. We'll show you how to clean this, so we'll see you soon. Later. Well, I'm going to call that a wrap for the day. Greasy Grimy Gopher Guts is done for now. As I said earlier in the video, I've already got a head start on this that I didn't film. Last couple nights I've been scrubbing, doing exactly what you just saw here. And one thing is I've been meaning to tell you guys is I've been remaining focused on making sure that we're safe doing this. What do I mean by safe? Well, you didn't see me use any high pressure water or anything like that. That's because this engine has already been assembled, it's been running. I don't want to get water down anywhere it doesn't need to be. I blocked all the ports off. As you saw, I also vacuumed after I did stuff. And on top of it, I left the spark plugs in. But before I did this, I did pull the spark plugs out, fogged them down with fogger oil, blocked all the little holes just for added protection. I don't want to get any water or degreaser anywhere it doesn't need to be. Where we're at with this now? Well, I'm waiting on some parts. And the next step is there's a couple parts I want to get them mated on here, do the final step of cleaning, which involves acetone, mineral spirits, whatever, that type of stuff, and a torch. Because when I go to paint this, I want to make sure all the contaminants that are off of it. I did cover that in another video in my engine building series, but for right now, as far as the heavy contaminants, grease, grit, whatever you want to call it, that's off this engine now. Yeah, I'll probably go over it tonight when I'm sitting there, things running in my head and looking it over, going through it once more to make sure that, you know, I did get everything on that. Chasing the threads showed you that. That's important. That's getting all that grease, grime, and grit out, especially when you go to put your intake manifold down and torque it right. Well, if you have all that grit and grime in there, it's going to give you false torque readings. I went through every bolt on, or every exposed hole on this, and I went ahead and chased it a few different times. There was a lot of grit and grime in there. Got all that out. Pretty confident that we are at a good spot for that. So you know what? It's clean for right now. I'm probably going to do more on it. Just waiting on stuff so we can get the water pump on here because it's going to be painted same as the engine on there. Oh, that just kicked on. So with that, guys, what I'm going to do is end this video because my compressor kicked on. Next video is going to be final cleaning, priming, and painting. With that, we'll see you tomorrow. Later.